2013 में अभी डेयरी टेक्नोलॉजी से मुझे वहां पे शिफ्ट कर दिया है।
ओह अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा।
तो उसके कारण ये कहीं ना कहीं वो ट्रैवलिंग और उसका टाइम हो जा रहा था।
वहाँ क्या डेली अप डाउन करते
इसलिए कहीं भी अभी तक कनेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहा था।
वहाँ से डेली अप डाउन करते हैं?
हाँ सर, वहाँ जी 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 रोज आता जाता हूँ यहाँ घर से
60 किलोमीटर डेली आना जाना।
So it's 60 किलोमीटर। या तो वो थोड़ा सा हेक्टिक हो गया है थोड़ा सा।
काफी तो आपको पूरा अगर टाइम तक ट्रैवलिंग में ही निकल जाता होगा, मिनिमम समझ लीजिए 3 दिन का जाने में।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। एंड दैट टू इट्स नॉट प्रोडक्टिव ना, तो इससे ज्यादा खर्चा है। 3 घंटा जाना आना तो काफी खर्च आ जाता है। तो इस कारण से।
शुक्ला जी कैसे हैं?
हेलो सर,
कैसे हैं? कुशल मंगल?
ठीक है सर। हाँ, ठंड काफी पड़नी शुरू हो गई यहाँ।
काफी है, लेकिन जैकेट को तो ठंडा नहीं तो टी शर्ट पहन के बैठा है।
कंडीशन में होगा।
ठीक है। हाँ, ठंडा आप नहीं पड़ेगा तो कब होगी आपका श्रीनगर में नहीं ठंडा पड़ेगा तो कहाँ ठंडा पड़ेगा? खड़गपुर में।
ठीक है।
अभी तो लोग ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो 4-5 मिनट, थोड़ा 5 मिनट एनीवे अभी है। Sinja has also joined.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening to all. Sinja, how are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you, sir. How are you,
Sinja,
sir?
what happened to your neck?
What?
अरे वो मास्क लगाइए, मास्क। तो सोच रहे थे कि कहीं क्या गले में कुछ बांधा है क्या?
मुझे लगा बैकएक के लिए मैम ने कुछ पहना है शायद।
नहीं, actually I am outside, so then only I noticed the time, so I joined.
यार लगता है गाड़ी ट्रैवलिंग कर रहे हो क्या? यार
No sir, not now sir.
अच्छा
Stopped. Yes sir.
गुड
सर, बेटे का एडमिशन हो गया सर।
ओ कहाँ पर?
PSG कोयम्बतूर।
Oh, good. It is a good college. Congrats.
Yes sir. Very good college, sir. Yes, sir.
It is a good college. Very good. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
कोयम्बतूर में तो अपना स्वामीनाथन क्या है, विश्वनाथन चार्ट है। If there is any help, they may be helpful to you.
हाँ, sir. Okay. That.
TNA ने कोयम्बतूर डॉक्टर।
हाँ, yes sir. TNA, yes sir.
सर वहाँ तो फूड भी है PSG में।
PSG में फूड भी है?
हाँ सर, क्योंकि मैं एक्सटर्नल होके आती थी वहाँ पे क्वेश्चन सेमेस्टर के बच्चों का क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए।
वो टेक्निकल इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में?
नो मैम, उसका 2 है ना, एक साइंस है और एक इंजीनियरिंग। शायद इंजीनियरिंग में भी खुला है, लेकिन साइंस में भी था मुझे जितना याद है। दोनों
साइंस में। अच्छा।
दोनों आसपास ही है मैम। फूड आप बीच में चले जाना।
साइंस इंजीनियरिंग एंड मेडिकल में होगी।
ये मेडिकल का। शी इज एडमिटेड इन मेडिकल कॉलेज। यस।
That is a good institute.
Yes sir.
That's a very beautiful campus.
Yeah, very nice campus and infrastructure. Everything is very good and well reputed also. NIRF ranking also very good ranking they are having.
So then congratulations. Now your one responsibility is your.
Yes, sir. One responsibility, big responsibility over.
अब छोटी का है, फिर छोटी को
सर
अभी तो उसके
वो
लिए
तो टाइम है सर, टाइम है. यस सर, यस सर.
उपरीत जी की भी लड़की का कहाँ हैदराबाद में एडमिशन करा है, छोटी का.
किसका सर?
नो, मेरी बिटिया के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं सर.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, उपरीत सर.
यू कैन हियर मी. मेरी बिटिया है तन्वी, उसका नाम है. गॉट एडमिशन इन माइका. माइका इज एट अहमदाबाद. दैट इज मुद्रा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, Ahmedabad. So it is a management, particularly in advertising. So this year she got selected into it, and she will go join by this month end. Yeah. So I'm audible, Mishra sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, good.
Yasri, will you wait for?
Sir, just 5 minutes more, then we will start.
We'll wait.
Sir, 5 minutes और थोड़ा रुक जाते हैं, फिर start करेंगे.
Otherwise जो customary है अपना.
हाँ वो करते हाँ it's almost 5 seconds.
Let us maintain the time. ठीक है, लोग तो join.
Good evening, everyone. So today, on a very wintry evening, we are welcoming one of the murals of FCTL, who has been always very close associated, and Dr. Sudhir Uprit. He still, although we have reached heights of success and grandeur, but I think as a very junior of him, I have seen with one of the most humble and most soft-spoken person till now. My first memory of Sudhir sir is like that Mishra sir is telling, is instructing or advising to ask some little difficult question in someone's grand viva. I think Danny sir's or Rakesh sir's grand viva. He was a invigilator and sir was telling, you just ask some difficult questions. You are very sweet. So, and whenever I have met during presentations and seminars, he is always very ready to answer any queries, because he have enormously worked in worked with sir, and one of the newer topics of microwave drying, and every questions he have humbly answered, have great ideas. So on the 5th webinar of FCTL webinar series, we wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Now I will request our coordinator. Today he will be speaking on value chain addition, today value chain of milk and milk products in India, and which is his sole expertise. And then today I'll request our coordinator Mishra sir to tell a few words about Sudhir Uprit, how his experience and interaction. Sir.
Okay, thank you, Jayasri. My dear friends, I find here now today at least some Dr. Praduman Kumar is also here, Dr. Sinja, Dr. Sukla, Dr. Bagh, right? But they have all muted their video, so we cannot see their faces, right? Now
no, sir, open, sir.
Open. Yes, sir.
No.
Then, This webinar series has given one opportunity and good opportunity to interact with each other and refresh our past memories. In fact, now I still remember when Dr. Uprit joined our team, and he has these two kids with whom we were discussing, that Gauri and Tanvi, sweet, lovely kids. All right. I think Pradhuman Kumar also, you were there that time, right? You were there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, and they were all enjoying. But that time, in fact, life in our lab was altogether different than what we have today. Okay. So, mostly, I think he had joined here as a sponsored research scholar from Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Kharagpur, and within 3.5 years, again in fact, he introduced, I think, Dr. Uprit, if I am not wrong, that fuzzy modeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the first paper
fuzzy.
published. Fuzzy modeling of sensory attributes, quality of paneer. He has worked on soya fortified paneer, and after that, people started learning about fuzzy models and all those things, and so many papers followed. So, in fact, Dr. Uprit, and later on there is a story from here. After completing the studies, he went and joined back, and he was there for some fellowship to US, right? For 1 year, 11 months.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a Fulbright.
It was a Fulbright fellowship. After successfully completing Fulbright fellowship, he joined again back to the university. There he served as a dean of the faculty of Dairy Engineering and Technology, and finally at present he is now dean, faculty of dean students affairs. Student affairs in the university. So let's all welcome Dr. Uprit, and in fact, people are more eager to hear Dr. Uprit. Okay. So again, I welcome you all to this webinar series. Dr. Pradhuman Kumar, would you like to say?
सर हम लोगों ने वहाँ बहुत अच्छा टाइम उपरीत सर के साथ निकाला है. ऑलमोस्ट हम लोग वहाँ पे इकट्ठे 2 साल एक कॉमन से लैब में हम लोगों ने काम किया है. He is very down to earth fellow, very soft.
I think Siniza was that time M.Tech में ना?
हाँ, Siniza that time. Yes,
sir.
M.Tech.
Yes. तो हमारा उस टाइम में सर बीइंग ए फैमिली मेंबर हम लोगों ने जाकिर हॉल में भी बहुत अच्छा समय निकाला है. और हमारी फैमिली एक दूसरे के यहाँ पे आना जाना बहुत, मतलब एक जैसे हम कह सकते हैं कि हमारे बड़े भाई वहाँ पे थे और हमें कभी भी कोई भी तकलीफ नहीं हुई उनके साथ रहते हुए.
और बड़ी अच्छी बात है कि एटलीस्ट वो जो फैमिली रिलेशनशिप उस समय जो डेवलप हुआ, दैट इज कंटिन्यूड टुडे. That is
yes sir.
That is one thing which I really appreciate. Yes. And I wish that it will continue.
Yes sir, certainly. Yes sir.
And this webinar will, in fact, the idea about this webinar was to that is a seniors and the new pupils, at least through this platform. Now they are getting connected with each other, and so the bondage is further strengthened and improved. So I think that is how deserving better. Okay, so over to you, Jayashree.
Thank you, sir. Today we are having Dr. Sudhir Uprit, sir. So he has done his graduation from JNKV Jabalpur in dairy sciences.
You are not having, Jayashree, you don't have that PPT?
Yes, sir. Actually, I am putting, but it's something. The network is wait a second. Sir, is it visible now?
Yes,
Yes,
fine.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay, actually, I shared, but it is not visible. So today we have Dr. Sudhir Uprit, who is Dean of Dairy Science and Technology and Dean Student Welfare of DSVC, Kamdhenu Vishwavidyalaya, Anjora, Durg. So he has done his graduation BSc from JNKV Jabalpur. Then later he did his masters in Gujarat in Dairy Sciences from Gujarat Agriculture University. And finally, his PhD was done in IIT Kharagpur. He have worked on microwave drying of milk products, and he have mostly worked on various kind of paneer, and he has worked extensively on soya fortified paneer. He is lifetime member of Indian Dairy Association, AFSTI, and still now he's very active, handling many projects. So today we will be welcoming Dr. Sudhir Uprit, and it's a pleasure to have you, sir. This is, I think, the first topic of this FCTL webinar series on dairy and milk products, which should be discussed. A very important topic. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Professor Uprit. Sir, are you ready to present? Dr. Uprit, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I'm ready. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Yes.
But you leave
Yes, I am leaving.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. I will queries to write in the chat box, and later we will take the questions and we will give the opportunity to everyone to even ask questions. And please mute your video and audio except the speaker. Thank you.
वो क्या कहते please allow me for the presentation.
Yes, sir, you can present. There will be a written present now button.
Presentation button in my
Yes, sir.
on my desktop.
You can present.
Okay, yeah.
देखिए प्रेजेंट नाउ यहाँ पर है,
Okay.
उसको क्लिक कीजिए। पहले आप अपना पीपीटी जो है ओपन कर लीजिए।
हाँ, okay. Yeah.
पीपीटी ओपन करके उसको मिनिमाइज कर लीजिए। हेलो, हाँ उपरीत जी, पीपीटी मिनिमाइज करके पीपीटी क्लिक ऑन द प्रेजेंट नाउ। नहीं, नॉट हियर।
No, sir, you haven't start sharing, sir. There will be present now option.
प्रेजेंट नाउ करके देखिए, वहां पर एक स्क्रीन ऊपर आ रहा होगा, उसको क्लिक कीजिए, तब शेयर नाउ एक्टिवेट होगा। आपने प्रेजेंट नाउ क्लिक किया?
So I am clicking.
Yeah. जब वहां क्लिक करिए शेयर।
Then you.
Yes, sir. Entire screen.
क्लिक करिए वहां।
उसके
शेयर
बाद
बटन एक्टिवेट हुआ होगा।
Okay. Yeah.
शेयर बटन को नाउ शेयर बटन को क्लिक करिए।
That I have clicked. Yes.
You are presenting now. Yes,
Are you able to see my?
Now.
Then sir, you open the PPT. You open your PPT now.
आपका जो PPT जो है ना मिनिमाइज किया वो ओपन कीजिए।
उसी को ओपन कर दीजिए। हाँ,
मिनिमाइज जो किया हुआ है।
यस।
हाँ सर, अब इसको फुल स्क्रीन। ओके सर, विजिबल।
ओके, या।
जो डायलॉग बॉक्स ओपन हुआ उसको हाइड कर दीजिए। डायलॉग बॉक्स जैसे दिखा हुआ है ना, जहाँ लिखा हुआ है स्टॉप शेयरिंग,
हाइड।
ओके,
उसके बगल में हाइड है, वो हाइड वर्ड दबा दीजिए, हाइड को कर दीजिए।
जी। या, I've done it. Yeah, I've done it. Okay. So everyone is able
We are not getting your voice. Maybe network problem or क्या?
connection to
Hello.
Yes, yes. उपरीत जी ना तो एक बार आउट होके फिर इन करिए, देखिए कुछ इम्प्रूव हो सकता है. आई थिंक देयर इज सम नेटवर्क इशू एट योर प्लेस.
Yeah. Sir, I suppose now I'm audible?
Now you are audible, yes. But you go for presentation.
Extremely sorry for this inconvenience. So like, so sir, I am starting now.
Yes, please. Now it's fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go.
Yeah. Okay. So वो क्या कहते हैं ना कि बाहरे चली जाना रहता है और हम सब बिछुड़ जाते हैं और यादें बनी रहती हैं.
वाह.
I suppose that today's event is one of the event like this. And for this sort of opportunity, for this sort of event, the only person who is responsible is Dr. N Mishra. So first of all, मेरा बहुत लंबा और बहुत बड़ा प्रणाम है Dr. N Mishra sir के लिए, that he always tries to keep us connected, to allow us interacted, and to allow us to have good networking among us by his some or other innovations. Thank you very much, sir, for this kindness. I welcome and thanks all my lab mates also, whether it is Pradyuman, whether it is Mr. Bagh, or the peoples who may be a bit junior to me, but I know that they are at the height there, which is much more than what we have achieved. So I welcome you all. I also welcome a few of the peoples who are not really connected with the lab, but I can see some of the peoples. There is a person from the Pakistan also. He also joined. So I welcome him into this particular webinar. I also thanks Dr. Mishra for giving me this opportunity for speaking onto this value chain of milk and milk product. Thanks to Mona Lisa Patwardhan and Jayashri also for interacting with me, and particularly to the Jayashri who introduced me in a way, in a style in which I really don't know whether I deserve it or not. But thank you very much, Jayashri, for your good words and for your introduction. So today I am going to talk about the value chain of milk and milk products in India. This being my profession, this being my basic qualification, therefore I have chosen this particular topic. So if you start with the word what the value chain is, then it refers to logistics and services that are deployed for the moment of farm produce from farm to consumer as a value chain with an objective to reduce losses and value addition. This particular definition of the value chain is definitely very broad. It is, we can apply this word with this definition onto any of the agriculture commodity, any of the other commodity which we are putting in market with the help of the peoples who are working in the field or who are producing in the field. This definition is applicable for fruits, for vegetables, for any agriculture crop, for any handicraft or any other such thing which need a market. So milk is also one such commodity, and it has some very important characteristics. Like it is an important commodity having potential to be used in different form. Like we can make the milk, we can sell the milk as such as a milk. We can convert it into the various type of dairy, various type of product. We can ferment it, we can coagulate it, we can condense it, and every time we will get some or other new product. As a food, as a dessert, as a medicine, as a beverage, we can always use the milk. The milk, in fact, fulfills the nutritional, therapeutic, and day-to-day need of the peoples. And it is also a luxury and a fun food. So therefore, milk has a good scope for introducing newer product to add value into it as per the need. If we try to see what is the Indian dairy scenario, then you will find that there's a large proportion, almost 95% of the milk produced in the country hold less than 5 animals per household. There are 16 million households who are directly getting benefit of the dairy through cooperatives. According to the Consumer Expenditure Survey, about 78 and 85% of the rural and urban population respectively reported consumption of the milk in the country. There are 222 dairy cooperative milk unions who have covered about 17.01 million farmers under the ambit of 194,007 village level dairy cooperative societies. Milk contributes closely to a third of the gross income of the rural household, and in the case of those without land, nearly half of their gross income. Basically, all these we have achieved because of the sacrifice and because of the vision of the great leaders like Morarji Desai, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and the great leader like Dr. Verghese Kurian. Probably because of their efforts, because of their vision of Operation Flood 1, 2, and 3, milk is the largest crop in India and across the world. The value of the milk output in India is more than that of the combined value of the paddy and wheat. These days, we are number one from 2009-10. India is number one as far as the milk production is concerned in whole of the world. If we see the daily total market size in India, then it is 480 million liters per day, which is increasing at a cumulative average growth rate of 8%. Whereas the organized market size is also increasing at the rate of 20% with 145 million liters per day. So whatever the milk we produce, where it goes. If you see this particular slide, then you will find that out of the 187 million metric ton milk which we produce, about 54% goes for the self-consumption, whereas the marketable milk is around 46%. Out of this 46%, organized dairies get 32%, whereas the organized dairies get 14%. In organized dairy, the cooperatives comes and cooperative get around 8% of this 14% milk, whereas the private players get 6% of the milk. This is typically an overview of the dairy supply chain in India, in which milk is produced in farm, then it comes to the collection center. From collection center, it comes to the chilling center, then dairy processor, then the retail distributor, and then the consumer. Almost at each level or each component of the dairy supply chain, there are many people who are associated directly and indirectly. They have certain key activities. If it is at the farmer level, then you will find that cattle and farmers, they are the two main players. Their main activities are the milk production, farm management, and the livestock management. At the collection center, there are certain collection agents. Their main purpose is to grade the milk and pricing of the milk. There are chilling centers which basically chills the milk, and there are chilling agents who basically chills the milk. Their main purpose is for the grading of the milk and the chilling of the milk. Then this milk comes to the dairy processor, where different private and cooperative dairy plants are there, and they are majorly responsible for making the product mix, packaging, and they are responsible for the energy optimization, so that the minimum cost should go during the processing, and we must get as much as return as possible. Then the product which is made into the dairy plant, that comes to the retailer and to the distributor agents. They sell the product, they maintain the quality, and then finally it will reach to a customer, and customer finally consume it. So you can see that whatever the way we have defined initially the value chain, this particular figure clearly clearly defines the definition with the different component. This is another I should say presentation of the value chain, in which how the milk goes to the different people, that has been shown here. In this particular figure, it is unorganized sector, organized sector, mithai walas, restaurant, and other peoples who are adding value. They are being discussed, and whatever the value addition takes place, ultimately all the money which is produced by the consumer, that goes back to the producers, that is the farmers. I hope I am audible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you're
sir.
audible. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks. This particular figure typically express how the Amul pattern works, because Amul pattern is one pattern which is now popular throughout the world as far as the value chain is concerned. So you will find that milk producers are producing the milk, then they bring that milk to the village level dairy cooperative societies. These different village level dairy cooperative society, they send the milk to the district milk union, in which the milk is processed and it is converted into the different dairy products. Then from the union, the milk is handled by the state milk federation, and then it finally sends the milk to the market. In case of Amul, the state milk federation is known as the Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation, whereas the district milk unions are concerned. There are different unions at Anand, at Baroda, at Mehsana, at different places. These type of unions are there. So this is the one way. That means this is how the milk goes up to the market. Then from the market, whatever the sale revenue is generated, that first of all comes back to the district milk union. Then district milk union divide all this revenue for the to the dairy cooperative society in different form. That is by additional price difference, then as a dividend, as a bonus, as a cattle feed, as a veterinary and animal husbandry services, as well as the rural health schemes. They provide, this union provides all these things to these cooperative societies, and from these societies, this will finally reach to the member producers, that is to that particular person who is producing the milk. So this is something, this is one of the example which is working very fine, which has established itself, and it is at many of the places this particular example is given as one of the successful value chain model. Let us see a little bit detail about each component of the value chain. In India, whole of our chain, particularly the procurement, is very typical in nature. What we are saying is production, we are doing the production by masses rather than doing the production in mass. That means if we go to the Western countries, then probably there are farms who are producing a big amount of milk at one farm. Whereas in our country, there are many peoples who are producing the milk, and then we are collecting the milk. The beauty of our system is we are collecting the milk, even a liter of milk. What we are saying is that each drop is helpful in filling up your container. So in fact, our Indian dairy value chain is an example of this particular thing, that each drop of the milk that makes a whole chunk big and broad. So here, if you can see that the village level collection center, that is VLC, they are handling about 500 to 2,000 liters of the milk. Then the milk, there are bulk milk coolers, which we are calling it the BMCs. They are handling capacity of 10,000 liters to 15,000 liters. There are milk chilling centers, their capacity is 20,000 to 50,000 liters of the milk. And then there are dairy processing plant who can handle 0.5 to 1 million liters milk per day, and they can convert the milk into the different product. This is how milk comes to the plant. With the colors, you can very well observe that the dark blue color indicates it's a non-cooled milk, whereas the light blue color indicates the cooled milk, which is at 3 to 4 degrees centigrade. Because cooling is considered as one of the most cheapest and practical approach for keeping the milk safe. So here we can see that from the farm, the milk comes to the collection center. It's a non-cooled milk. Then it is being transported, and we bring it to the collection point with cooling. After cooling, the milk is filled into the tanker. Then it is sent to the dairy plant with cooling. So there are farms to the plant also. They're supplying the milk directly to the chilling center also. But wherever the distance is long, there is a need of chilling of the milk. So this is how the milk comes into the dairy plants in India as a part of milk value chain. If we see the whole of the evolution of the key categories and consumption of the value-added dairy product, then we will find that initially our need was to supply the milk, supply the liquid milk to the urban population. With the time, when the lifestyle have changed, the people have started asking for the different products, and then the ghee, curd, and butter, they were introduced. As the time passed, the people have started for many more Western products, whether it was a cheese, whether it was a table butter, whether it was a baby food, or whatever it is. So this is how the value addition took place. Now the value-added dairy products have converted to that extent that now we are making, different dairy plants are making the products which are now of a medicinal use, which are now we are using for the purpose of as a healthy food, as a food for health. And you will find that in the market, if we analyze, then the liquid milk and milk powder, we call them as a commodity product, and they have the share of around 65% share is there. And it is increasing at a growth rate of 15%. Whereas the traditional value-added dairy products like curd, paneer, ghee, and butter, they have the share of around 32.6%. And the growth segment and the growth of this segment is 16%. The emerging value-added dairy products like cheese, whey, ultra-high temperature treated milk, flavored milk, yogurt, although they have the share of 1.9% right now, but the segment is growing at very fast rate, that is at 25% per year. So that means there is a lot of opportunity as far as the value-added dairy product is concerned. This is more detail of those emerging value-added dairy products. You will find that the whey-rated products like whey powder, which has initially in year 2016, it has earned around 15 billion rupees. Now in 2020, it is expected that it will reach to 24.5 billion ton with a 13% increase every year. Flavored milk, sale of the flavored milk is increasing at the rate of 24%. UHT milk is sale of the UHT milk is increasing 25% per year. Cheese is another promising product which is with the demand of which and the sale of which is increasing 32%. We ourselves can observe that the few years back, the amount of cheese we were consuming and amount of the cheese which we are consuming right now is definitely higher than whatever we were taking earlier. The yogurt is also another product which is increasing 32% every year, and the sale of the yogurt, which was around 4 billion rupees in financial year 2016, in 2020 it has reached to 12 billion of rupees. This is the figure which indicates that what is the market of different value-added product in the country. Liquid milk, as usual, it is having the maximum of market of around 64%. Ghee is capturing around 15%. Paneer 7%. Curd 5%. Butter 4%. SMP 1%. UHT is only 1%, cheese is 1%, and other around 2%. If you see that what is a product-wise cash conversion cycle, that means how the cash is generated out of each of the product. So that time you will find that milk cash conversion cycle is only of 5 to 7 days, whereas flavored milk cash conversion cycle is a little bit longer, that is 30 to 40 days. Cheese, because of its own process, almost it takes 90 to 95 days for converting whole of the things, whole of the material into the cash, that is in 90 to 95 days. Ghee is also another product which takes little bit of more time to convert the product, convert the material into the cash, around 90 to 95 days. Let us see one by one the very quick look onto the different dairy products which are available in the market and what is the process which is adopted for making it. The milk which we get in pouches or in bottle or in Tetra packs, that has few basic steps like we are receiving the milk, we are grading it, sampling it, weighing it, and testing it. Then the milk is preheated, then it is filtered and clarified, then it is cooling and storage takes place. Then we are sterilizing the milk to 4.5. We are sterilizing the milk. Standardization means like as per the demand, as per the requirement of the people, the milk is converted, milk is divided into the various type of milk, like it's a toned milk, you might have heard a double toned milk, you might have heard the standardized milk, and every milk has the difference of the typically fat percentage. So then after standardization, the milk comes for the pasteurization, then homogenization takes place, then the bottling or packaging takes place, and then after it is being stored before sending it to the market. This is a typically flow diagram, how the milk is pasteurized. I'm not going to much detail of this particular slide, but this is indicating how the milk is processed, how milk is pasteurized. Then there is another segment of the product that we call it as a fat-rich dairy product. In case of fat-rich product, we are making they are majorly the ghee and the butter, in which the milk is separated by using the centrifugal separator. Then we get the cream. Then cream is used as a fresh, as a ripened, or after the aging. Then the churning takes place. With the churning, the butter is formed, and once we heat the butter, then we get the ghee. As far as the fresh cream is concerned, we may heat it directly, and then we will get the ghee. The difference between this type of ghee and the ghee which we are getting out of the butter is that the ghee which we get from the cream, that has more flavor and the more aroma. But in terms of its viability, in terms of the economics, we get less ghee while heating the cream directly, whereas we get more ghee when we heat the butter. This is typically a flow diagram, how the butter is made. Butter making is in the industry, it is from batch to continuous. That means we are making the butter by using in batches, by using such type of butter churn, or we may have a continuous type of butter churn also, in which from one side you may insert the cream and another side you will get the butter. That butter will be put for working or shaping, and then we can directly go for packaging of this butter. This is a flow chart for production of the cheese. Like cheese, as I told you, that as far as the cash conversion is concerned, the cheese takes a little bit more time. It is somewhere between 75 to 90 days, because the process is like that. Because if you wish to produce a particular type of flavor into it, then you need to keep it for the for the operation called as ripening. So you can see how the cheese is made. Raw milk is taken, then it is pasteurized, then the sterilization and filtration, then the starter culture is added, then coagulant is added, then whole of this curd that is cut into the small pieces, then the stirring is done. Then after this stirring, the curd and whey mixture comes into the one of the vat where the whey is drained, and the rest of the curd is put over into this sort of a hoop where the pressing takes place. After pressing, this particular small pieces of the cheese that passes through this conveyor belt where we are doing the salting, and the mixture of salt and the curd that has been filled into the mold, which we are also called as a hoop. Here also some of the whey is drained, and this particular molds are put into the storage after doing some paraffining. What the paraffining is, basically onto these molds, we are putting paraffin onto each of the block, and after keeping it for 3 to 6 months, then this ripened cheese with a typical flavor and aroma that comes out, and then we are packing it in a style or in a proportion in which we want to make the cream. Like suppose if we want to make cheese. Suppose if we wish to sell it as a cheddar cheese, then there is no need of doing anything else. Then this particular block will be cut, and then the cheddar cheese will go to market. If you want to make a processed cheese, then the cheese, these blocks of different ages, they were taken up, and then they are mixed, some salt and emulsifier added, and then we get the processed cheese, and then it is packed and sent to the market. This is another simplified flowchart of cheese plant with byproduct processing. How this particular slide is different from the other is that in this particular slide, the use of whey is also explained. Like whatever the whey comes out while making the curd, cheese curd, that has been separated, and then we get it in form of the whey cream as well as the whey skim whey. Then whey cream is churned, and we get the whey butter. Whereas the whey skim whey, there's a process called as a reverse osmosis and ultrafiltration, and we get the whey protein concentrate, lactose, or skim whey powder. Actually, these are these three products which are having the emerging dairy market. These days, people are very much conscious for their health issues, and you might be observing the whey protein, WPC, whey protein concentrate, whey powders onto the different shops, and this is made out of the whey only. This is in fact the byproduct of the cheese industry. So the lactose, skim whey milk, skim whey powder, or whey protein concentrate, and the whey butter, these are some of the products which are nutritious, which are good for the health, and a very much high value product. So and then they come out of the cheese industry. There are many dried products also in whole of the value chain, because drying is one of the process which is considered as most practicable for the purpose of making, for the purpose of preserving the milk solids. We have different type of milk powders in the market, whether it is a skim milk powder, it is a whole milk powder, it is a dairy whitener, or it is a baby food. All these comes under the dairy product, and one of the very important product out of the dairy value chain. These milk powders are also considered as a balancing wheel of the dairy industry. Why I'm calling it as a balancing wheel? Because dairy has generally two type of season. One is the lean season and one is the flush season. What is the flush season? When lot of milk comes into the dairy. And what is the lean season? When the less of the milk comes into the dairy. And very typical thing is this, that whenever there is a less demand of the milk, particularly in the winter season, that time the more milk comes into the market. More milk comes to the dairy plant. Whereas in lean season, that means which is in summer, there's a demand of the milk is more. That time less milk comes into the market. But you might have observed that throughout the year, the milk is available these days. So that is because of the dried milk, which we get in flush season. That means in flush season, dairy plants convert their milk into the milk powder, and in lean season, by using this dried milk, they are making the milk. So many people have the myth that the dairy plant or the organized dairy plant or the milk which is available in packet, that is not really a milk. But it is not that. It is only thing is that in case of flush season, the milk is converted to powder, and in case of the lean season, the milk, that powder is converted into the milk. These are the pictures of a few of the different type of dryer, quite a capital-oriented industry, quite a big industry where you will need at least 1 lakh liter of the milk per day. Then only one can think for making the powder, and it is a huge equipment, I say, huge plant, I should say, by means of which we are making the powder. Another important and very popular value-added product in the country, which is coming up and which is already there also, that is ice cream. Ice cream has, earlier we only used to take the ice cream into the summer season. But now, throughout the year, we are taking it. You will find number of varieties, number of a style of presenting the ice cream to the people. And this is a typical processing of the ice cream in which raw material is taken up. It is blended, then it is pasteurized and homogenized. This whole of the ice cream mix is being cooled to 4 degrees centigrade. Then this is called as a freezing or processing, hardening is done. Then it is milk, that ice cream is packed. Once again, it is stored at minus 28 degrees centigrade to minus 35 degrees centigrade. Naturally, this particular temperature must be putting you, giving you more chill, because at this particular temperature, the ice cream is kept. And then at this temperature only, it has been sent for the delivery and distribution through the refrigerated vans. There is another important value added product which came in which got its own market in last few years. That is a traditional Indian dairy products. Traditional Indian dairy products have its own importance in our life, and we know all these traditional Indian dairy products from our childhood days. But now these traditional Indian dairy products, they are available commercially, not only in the country, but throughout the globe. And people have a lot of liking for traditional Indian dairy products. And this is the whole picture, which really gives you an idea that how many type of traditional Indian dairy products which we can make. You will see that using milk, we can have the different type of traditional dairy products. Like one is the desiccated traditional dairy products. Under this, the kulfi comes, rabdi comes, basundi comes, and khoa comes. And from this khoa, we are making many different type of product like khurchan, kalakan, gulab jamun, barfi, peda, and kunda. I'm sorry that if at all some water is coming into your mouth, but yes, right now I may not be able to serve you, but whenever we will meet, I definitely serve it to all of you. There's another type of category which we called as a dessert, under which kheer, payasam, firni, ghevar, sevaiya, sohan halwa, carrot halwa, kaju barfi, they all comes. There are traditional Indian dairy products which we categorize them as a fermented dairy products. Like in case of fermented dairy products, we have a dahi, we have a mishti doi. Particularly in Bengal, we call it as a mishti doi. Then in Punjab, there is a lassi, and in Gujarat, there is a chach. From the fermented product, whatever dahi we get, out of that dahi we make a chaka, and from chaka we can make shrikhand and the shrikhand a shrikhand and shrikhand they are very popular in Gujarat. There is another category of Indian traditional dairy product that is called as the fat-rich dairy products, under which we have a ghee, makhan and malai. We also have a category called as a heat acid coagulated. That means we are heating the milk, then we are adding some acid into it. So that is called as a heat acid coagulated milk. So under heat acid product, we have the paneer, a very popular product of the Punjab, and we also have out of this milk, if we heat and if we add the acid, and if we don't press it, if you press it, then you get the paneer. If you don't press it, then you will get the chena, and out of chena, you all must be very much loving these products, starting from this gulla to sandesh, pantua, rasmalai, cham-cham, chena murki, rajbhog, and chena podo. Particularly popular in the western part of the country, in Bengal, and in Odisha. So you can see that these many products can be categorized under the traditional Indian dairy products, and you will be surprised, and you will rather proud on the scientists, proud on the people who worked onto it, that all these products are now available commercially in a proper packing. That means now there is no need that you need to make a gulab jamun at your home. You go to the market, you will get a standard, you will get a gulab jamun of a particular standard, particular taste, and which are made under the very hygienic condition. This all happened because of the process mechanization in different products. This is a typically flow line for the production of the rabdi. That means without touching, without having the milk into a kadhai and then stirring it, there are machines, there are setup using that we can make the rabdi by using this type of setup. This is a figure which is an industrial production of the gulab jamun. Sugam, located at Baroda, they have this type of machine. That means they've installed this particular machine long back, and the beauty of this machine is that from at one side you add the khova, then there is a portioning machine, then this portion will come onto the ball rolling machine in which the ball is formed. Ball will be fried continuously, and then it will be dipped into the sugar solution tank, and then the filling and packaging takes place. You can imagine how gulab jamun section must be there into these type of factories. And this gulab jamun is very much available in the market, which earlier we used to think that gulab jamun can be made only by our mother or maybe by one of very good halwai of our city. But now these gulab jamuns are made using the mechanized process. Shrikhand is also made by using the different machineries, and we can convert the milk into the shrikhand. This is a typically picture of a continuous shrikhand making machine. There's a automatic, there is a packaging also, and you can get the shrikhand in market in your retail stores. You can get into the supermarkets these days of any flavor, of any taste, at any time. Chena, very popular in the western part, in Bengal. There are also a lot of, in fact, in the IIT Kharagpur itself, a lot of work have done as far as the process mechanization is concerned. and without touching by hand, the cow milk can very well be converted into the chhena for its use for making different type of sweets. This is for these days lot of interest of the people towards the dahi and the lassi. There are dahi is no more a cup of tea of our home only. Now dahi is available in the market. It is available in small pouches, small cups, to the very big containers. And there are certain dedicated dahi plants. They are making dahi and making this very nutritious and therapeutic product to all of us. So, although there is a lot of research, lot of development is there, but then what is basically is increasing the consumption of all these value-added products, and what is basically strengthening this value chain is there are few catalysts which I would like to show you. That catalyst one is there is a rising per capita income is there. That means the per capita income of the peoples are increasing. The second catalyst is vast and growing vegetarian population. People almost 30%, 31% of the Indian population being vegetarian. And overall protein consumption is extremely low. So therefore, people wish to have the more protein, and that particular protein they will get from the dairy value chain only. Then with the time you might have observed that the organized players are more in the market. That means these days you don't like to take the curd or the paneer from the open market, from the restaurant, because this dahi, this paneer and all such products, they are available in the shelves of your supermarket. So more organized players have come up into this particular field. And the last catalyst which is helping the value chain is urbanization is increasing very fast. And in urbanization, we know that we don't have the time really to make the things, but definitely we like all these products. We want to consume these products. So therefore, the peoples who are in urban area, they definitely would like to go such type of product. So although these are the categories, but there are various issues and challenges in the value chain of the dairy industry. We have seen that what are the value chain components. One of the value chain component is input and the services. So the limitation or the developmental challenges right now, they are that to ensure the smallholder participation and competitiveness in the dairy value chain. There is a lack of the appropriate input provisions and the input market. There is an unreliable and unsatisfactory artificial insemination services. And there is also inadequate availability and lack of the quality control of the commercial concentrate of the field. Why I put all these things before you? Because input and services are definitely one of the very important part of the value chain system. Because until unless these things will not be strengthened, we may not be able to really have the good return, and we may not be able to have a good amount of the product in the market. So once there will be a working on to these components, we will have the sustainable producer business model, which will reduce constraints of the labor and feed access on the smallholder dairy farms and increase their participation along the value chain. Because these days you will find that some of the farmers are complaining that they are not really getting the right price for their milk. The reason being is these are few of the factors because of which their cost of production is increasing. Then you will also get the sustainable business model, which will improve service delivery and reduce transaction cost for input provision and delivery of the service. The second component of the value chain is the production. The developmental challenges are like mitigate feed scarcity in an economically and environmentally sustainable way. Poor animal breeding and lack of the widespread availability of the improved genetics, and the developed integrated services package for the delivery of the animal health interventions together with the feed and breed interventions to increase the animal productivity. If these developmental changes will be addressed, then the outcome will be more milk with less animals through better feeding and higher animal productivity. And smallholders use breed, feed, and health management options that can, on an average, double the milk production per milk animal. In case of third component, which is the transportation and processing, the developmental challenges are reliable and cost-effective milk collection, the processing of the crop residues on biofuel industry, and the lack of the value adding of the milk at local level for dairy products local provision. If we if we address these development challenges, then you will get the outcome of the employment creation in more efficient and inclusive in dairy value chain. The marketing also have some development challenges like improving the effectiveness and efficiency of the informal milk market, creation of the linkage between the informal and the formal milk market sector, improving the milk quality and the safety in the informal milk market, appropriate supply of milk and milk product to the different market types, contribution of the milk to the income of the smallholder dairy producer, then creation of the policies conducive to the modern retail and the logistic, and impact of the price policies in the production group. These are few of the developmental changes which affects the directly or indirectly the marketing. If these issues were be addressed, then the outcome will be we may have a more efficient, inclusive, and safe milk market, which will drive sustainable dairy growth in the country. And that there are cross-cutting issues also there, in which there is environmental issue, there's a gender issue, there's a use of ICT in dairy value chain, then multi-stakeholder knowledge sharing, and a new approach to deliver the technical intervention are some of the cross-cutting issues. If these development challenges are addressed, then the outcome will be government policies, extension services, and input suppliers are aware of the specific need of the smallholder producers, and knowledge management in dairy value chain and use of the ICT deliver technical intervention more effectively and sustainably. So to conclude, what I may say is that the dairy industry in India has gone through a sea change, transforming itself from import-dependent industry to a self-reliant industry. A well-developed dairy value chain will enable millions of the farmers to capitalize on the emerging opportunities and make a significant impact on rural incomes. With this, thank you very much for your patient hearing. And now this platform is open for any type of question or any of the query which you need to ask from me.
Well, very informative and very well presented lecture. So, Jasri, you can take from the audience if there are any things in the chat box, they can write their queries. So, in fact, someone has asked for the PPT. So this is already recorded version is available in the Facebook as well as YouTube. I think this live stream is recorded. So it will be there in the YouTube as well as FCTL Facebook. So from there you can take it.
That person is also some international guest. So I would request him to ask him question directly. Wants to ask some Mr. Farooq.
You want to ask something? Anyway, you. Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much, sir. You gave me opportunity. I'm really thankful for you. You gave me opportunity. Sir, basically मैं हूँ पाकिस्तान से, मैं PhD कर रहा हूँ फूड साइंस में. सही है सर? Could you understand if I speak Urdu, if I speak English? So you just tell me. I will speak it.
No, either language you are comfortable. We can understand. Urdu में थोड़ा.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. सही है सर. सर मेरा तो एक सवाल ये है कि आपने पास्चराइजेशन की बात कर दी कि हम पास्चराइजेशन में टेम्परेचर जो है वो 65 सेंटीग्रेड देते हैं 30 मिनट्स के लिए. तो अगर फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा तो इतना तजुर्बा नहीं है, पर अगर इस पास्चराइजेशन टेम्परेचर को जिस तरह है, एक इल्टी एक है HTST, लो टेम्परेचर लॉन्ग टाइम और हाई टेम्परेचर शॉर्ट टाइम. तो अगर फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम 65 की जगह टेम्परेचर को बढ़ा दें तो हमारे साथ टाइम में कमी आ सकती है. तो मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि क्या हम टेम्परेचर बढ़ा सकते हैं या नहीं?
मिस्टर मोहम्मद सर, पहले तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया दैट यू हैव जॉइंड अस. थैंक यू वेरी मच. अदर आई फील प्राउड ऑन टू इट एंड द होल ऑफ आवर ग्रुप फील प्राउड. आपका जो प्रश्न है जिसमें कि आपने पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या टेम्परेचर बढ़ाने से टाइम कम हो सकता है. बिल्कुल. आप देख ही रहे होंगे कि देयर इज a temperature time combination is there. You will find in many books that there is a combination, and as you go on increasing the temperature, the time will definitely reduce. Like HT and LT, that is the difference.
Yes.
Like in HTST, we are heating the milk to 71 degrees centigrade, and that is just for few seconds. That is only for 15 to 16 seconds.
Okay.
But suppose if that particular process is good for the continuous pasteurization, that is the continuous process. But if you are interested only for the batch process, then yes, you can go for the higher temperature and less time. But with that, you need to compromise in terms of the loss of vitamins and other volatiles. So the 60 degrees centigrade is kept because of that particular reason.
Okay, sir.
I made it able.
Okay, yeah. एक दूसरा सवाल है कि नाराज नहीं हो रही तो मेरा दूसरा सवाल है तो पूछ सकता हूँ?
जरूर.
अच्छा, तो दूसरा सवाल सर मेरा ये है कि आपने कह दिया कि मिल्क फॉर एग्जांपल चिलर में चला जाता है या टैंकर में चला जाता है. फॉर एग्जांपल गांव से आ जाता है, कोई भी लेके आ जाता है, तो दूध टैंकर में चला जाता है या चिलर में चला जाता है. हमारे साथ इस चिलर की टेम्परेचर कितनी होती है और हम दूध को चिलर में फॉर एग्जांपल दूध हमारे साथ कितने टाइम के लिए चिलर में सही है, कितने टाइम के लिए हम लोग दूध को चिलर में रख सकते हैं? क्योंकि मेरा भाई जो है वो इजिप्ट में अलमराई फूड कंपनी में है, वो डेयरी फार्म टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट है. तो मेरे जहन में बात आ गई तो मैंने कहा चलो मैं भाई को बता दूंगा, तो इसलिए मैंने आपसे ये सवाल पूछना मुनासिब समझा.
देखिए, as long as milk is at 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के ऊपर यदि आप मिल्क को मेंटेन कर सकते हैं तो उसको आप करीब 24 घंटे तक बहुत आराम से रख सकते हैं. हमारे देश में हम लोग पूरब से लेके पश्चिम तक, यानी कि पूरब मतलब आनंद से लेके और पश्चिम मतलब कलकत्ता तक हम लोग एक पूरी मिल्क ट्रेन हम लोग चलाते हैं जिसमें कि 40,000 लीटर दूध एक टैंकर में आता है और ऐसे कम से कम उसमें 20 टैंकर होते हैं. दूध को सिर्फ 4 डिग्री से थोड़ा और कम 1 से 2 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड तक ठंडा करके उस दूध को वहां से लेके पूरब से लेके पश्चिम तक भेजा जाता है. तो मिल्क को प्रिजर्व करने का सबसे आसान और सबसे अच्छा तरीका यही है कि आप दूध को ठंडा करें, लेकिन इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि ठंडा करने से पहले दूध कोई बहुत लंबे समय तक उसका टेम्परेचर बढ़ा नहीं होना चाहिए। यदि वहां पे उसकी एसिडिटी यदि बढ़ जाएगी तो देन द मिल्क मे नॉट बी सेफ इन दैट केस। यानी कि जैसे ही दूध निकलता है उसके बाद में यदि उसको तुरंत चिलिंग कर लिया जाए, 1 से 2 घंटे के अंदर चिल कर लिया जाए, तो आपका जो दूध है वो 24 घंटे तक आप आराम से उसको रख सकते हैं, इवन उससे।
अच्छा सर, ओके सर, ओके सर।
Thank you, Mr. I would request any other seniors or batchmates to have any. Sir, Uprit sir, I have a very small question. Sir, you usually told that in summers that obviously the production of milk is less. That I know why, because obviously greenery and everything availability is there. Why the demand is higher in summers?
In fact, you see your own food habits. Like in summer, we start our day with some sort of a curd or lassi. We take dahi in our food. I'm talking of the peoples who are towards the northern and all these batches. Of course, in south, you have the curd on every meal. But in our case, particularly in summer, we are taking more curd. That evening, we are taking then lot of say ice cream and all those things. So that this way, I am saying that the demand is more in comparison to the winter. Am I able to clarify? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Farooq, wish to you thank you and lots of respect from you. Okay. Sir, any more questions from the audience? They can on their audio and they can ask.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Basically, for dissolution, if you can go into the theory of instantization, then you will find that there are things like wettability, dispersibility, and all those things, water of hydration and all those things. So if you can have the sum of the additives which can help in improving the wettability and at the same time increasing the dispersibility also, then probably your material, your capsule will dissolve more fastly. Right now, I may not be able to suggest you exactly the additive, but considering this sort of a phenomena, you can always have this. There's also a process called as the instantization, by means of which we are improving the solubility of the powder. So while making the powder directly going for the compression, if you can compress it at little bit higher moisture content and then get it dried, probably in that case your tablet may be more soluble. Because sometimes if you make it more porous, then also it will not soluble, because then the wettability will be lost. So this 3-4 parameters have to optimize in such a way so that everyone should be the complementary to each other rather than the working against each other. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, I'm Indira Depal, Dr. Indira Depal. I also studied under Mishra sir during my MTech. So I have a question in continuation with the topic of Siddharth, that he was talking about dissolving of a milk tablet in water, reconstitution of milk tablet. So, sir, if we can add effervescence, little of effervescence like disprin and all, so will that be detrimental to the quality of the milk?
In fact, whether it is detrimental to the quality of the milk, that is the one aspect. But before that, you need to refer the food safety standards also, whether they are allowing these additives into it. I don't have a very clear-cut idea over the addition of these additives. So I'm sorry that I may not be able to answer you properly.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Indira, do you want to have a carbonated milk?
Not carbonation means for dissolving, means if I can add.
Your idea really that you asked about effervescent. So can we think of appropriate having that carbonation in milk?
That I don't.
I suppose yes.
Or safety, safe or not. So that is a area of research.
Safe, I don't think that there should be much safety, because it is anyway we are using in carbonated drinks, etc.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is found beneficial, but only thing we have to see how it will go with the taste.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Taste, how it will go, and whether when you are increasing the level of carbon dioxide, that milk proteins, etc., how they will react to it, if the coagulation are another point. But otherwise, it is worth trying. I think Dr. Uprit puts one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm remembering. I am remembering that day when Dr. Mishra once told me that why don't you try the drying of the paneer. उस दिन मुझे ना that day I felt very weird idea. My God, I said क्या सर क्या बात कर रहे हैं, पनीर को सुखा देंगे, पनीर को ड्राई कर. But sometimes the idea, maybe sometimes an innovative, sometimes a weird idea becomes a very innovative idea. I have gone for it. And yes, I was able to dry it. And I was able to dry a cube which was very much reconstituted into the milk. So thanks to Dr. Mishra sir's that particular idea. So I suppose this carbonated idea is also, right now it may be looking very weird, but I suppose if it work, then probably जो हम लोग अपने बच्चों के पीछे पड़े रहते हैं ना कि तुम बेटा कोल्ड ड्रिंक मत पिया करो, दूध पिया.
Sir, actually थोड़ा सा interruption. If you go to South India, the कोलकाता में है, आप अगर गुरुद्वारा चाहिएगा South कोलकाता में, and even in Salt Lake also there is Gupta brothers. They sell cola milk. They add Coca-Cola in boiled milk, and it tastes really nice. I have drank it, and it is something very weird. I heard in a food blogger.
Coca-Cola में तो lot of acid इत्यादि भी है.
हाँ सर, वो गरम दूध एकदम मक्खन वाला जो दूध होता है, उसमें वो कोला मिलाते हैं, उसको दूध कोला बोलते हैं सर. गुरुद्वारा में, साउथ कोलकाता में गुरुद्वारा है, वहाँ भी मिलता है, और इधर सॉल्ट लेक में गुप्ता ब्रदर्स शर्मा टी स्टॉल है, वो बहुत फेमस है, मतलब नाम उसका टी स्टॉल ही रह गया. तो सर वो केसर चाय और दूध कोला के लिए वो फेमस है वो दुकान.
Let us have opinion. बाग साहब कहाँ गए? बाग साहब है सिनिजा. तो आप उपरीत जी एक आध एमटेक प्रोजेक्ट, मास्टर्स प्रोजेक्ट लगाइए एक आध बच्चों को.
नहीं सर, बिल्कुल, इट्स अ रियली ग्रेट आइडिया. वी मस्ट वर्क फॉर इट.
और क्योंकि अभी जैसे कार्बोनेटेड बेवरेजेज में जैसे बात चल रही है कि रियल ओरिजिनल फ्रूट जूस डालने की, फ्रूट जूस को कार्बोनेट करने का. सो सिमिलरली अगर मिल्क बेवरेज को भी हम एज ए कार्बोनेटेड मिल्क बेवरेज ले आ सकते हैं तो ये इसमें
श्योर.
बट कहाँ है अदर बाग, इसके बाग नहीं है क्या? हाँ जी,
यस सर.
कैसा चल
We can try it, sir. No problem, sir. But
डेयरी में भी आप ट्राई करवाइए, देखिए, आप इंट्रोड्यूस करिए, प्रोडक्ट अगर है अच्छा। और रह गई बात रेगुलेशंस की, तो रेगुलेशन बनाने वाले तो आप ही लोग हैं। इफ यू गो विद द साइंटिफिक merit and scientific proof and tell this, then regulation should not be an issue, provided the science permits that.
Yes, sir. Sir, initially some trial we have taken, sir, but when you are mixing that things, your carbohydrates, quick serving is required. You can't hold for a long time because acidity development is taking place fast. That's a problem.
नहीं, कैसे ऐड कर रहे हैं? ऐड कैसे कर रहे हैं? How are you adding this?
Sir, cylinder actually from the cylinder just pushing that things and then you are adding that
CO2 cylinder.
Yes, sir.
और उसको पैकेजिंग उसी तरह से करें तो एसेप्टिक पैकेजिंग।
सर वो तो इनिशियल ट्राई किए थे, अभी तो सर आप जो बोल रहे हैं
आपका जो एसेप्टिक पैकेज्ड मिल्क जो आता है,
जी सर,
उसमें थोड़ा सा अगर ट्राई करके देखिए कितना दिन लगेगा। या कोल्ड ड्रिंक जो आते हैं, कोल्ड ड्रिंक सेम टेक्नोलॉजी में, आई डोंट नो, दिस माइट बी देयर माइट बी सम, थोड़ा सा आप साइंस देखना पड़ेगा आप लोगों को।
यस सर, यस सर, यस सर।
और इस अकॉर्डिंगली लेबल को भी थोड़ा स्टैंडर्डाइज करना पड़ेगा।
यस सर,
कितना उसमें ऐड किया जाए, बट कैन बी ट्राइड। इसी तरह से तो इट में भी वही, जैसे उपरीत जी ने कहा, भी एक वाइल्ड आइडिया लग सकता होगा, बट जयश्री कह रही है कि ऑलरेडी कोला मिल्क दे रहा है, तो इट में नॉट बी अगेन। जैसे चाय के बारे में सिंधिया है, तो सिंधिया इज हियर, somebody was telling कि हाँ कलकत्ता में जाइए तो वहां पर डिफरेंट फ्लेवर टी वो बच्चा कोई कुल्हड़ में देता है, और यहाँ पर 5 लेयर ही इज मेकिंग emulsions and different, एक लेयर आफ्टर लेयर ही इज एडिंग, and all the 5 layers of the tea are having different flavors. एक लेयर में आपको चॉकलेट का फ्लेवर मिल जाएगा, दूसरे लेयर में आपको मे बी इलायची फ्लेवर मिल जाएगा, तीसरे लेयर में आपको और कुछ फ्लेवर मिल जाएगा, बट इन द सेम कप, डिफरेंट लेयर्स ऑफ। तो
डैनी ने बता रहा था सर, लास्ट टाइम में डैनी ने बता रहा था,
कलकत्ता में भी सब जगह इन बांग्लादेश में सेइंग दिस। तो ऐसे यही सब इनोवेशन है जिसका भी। हाँ जी प्रद्युमन कुमार, आपका?
नहीं सर, आइडिया अच्छा है, एक ट्रायल लेकर के पता लग सकता है कि हाँ ये हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है। हाँ, बिना ट्रायल के तो पता नहीं।
जयश्री?
यस सर।
और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन?
I do not think so, sir. We will proceed. I will request our
कोई जरूरी नहीं है क्वेश्चन ही, अगर we are finding so many young faces, so even they can give some comments also, they can participate.
I requested them, but there is in the chat box there is no, if like if there is any questions, request, advices, anything.
They can participate in the discussion. That is the purpose of this anyway. Okay.
Sir, I will request our research scholar N Mishra to convey thanks on behalf of FCTL family to Uprit sir.
Thank you, Jayashree. A very good evening to all. It gives me immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks for the 5th session of FCTL webinar series. I wholeheartedly thank Speaker Dr. Sudhir Uprit sir for sharing his vast knowledge and expertise in the field of research, innovation, and opportunities in the dairy sector. Today, he emphasized on the supply and procurement chain of Indian dairy industry, as well as production and processing of butter, cheese, dairy products, ice cream, and most interestingly, the traditional Indian dairy products like rabdi, gulab jamun, shrikhand, chana, dahi, and lassi. And at last, he enlightened us with the rising trend and catalyst issues and challenges in value chain of the dairy industry. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us valuable time and guidance. I express my heartfelt gratitude towards our mentor and coordinator, Professor N Mishra sir, for providing us the facility, opportunity, and valuable guidance for planning, arranging, and executing this webinar session. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank all the FCTL family members for organizing and readily taking part in this session. Finally, a big thanks to all the audience, especially our Pakistani friends participated actively in this webinar. In this end, once again, I express my sincere thanks to everyone who directly or indirectly participated to make this session of FCTL webinar series a grand success. Thank you, everyone.
Sudhir sir, thank you very much.
Good. It was a good session. Very good. Wonderful session. In fact, we learned a lot. Abhay Pandey ji, bolo.
Thank you, sir. बोलने का कुछ नहीं है. I can also try the idea जो आपने दिया to incorporate carbonation. क्योंकि we have a carbonation system available with us.
तुम्हारे पास है कार्बोनेशन अवेलेबल?
हाँ.
तो ठीक है. बट वही है कि कार्बोनेशन के बाद तुम्हें एसेप्टिक पैकेजिंग करना पड़ेगा. वो
सर एसेप्टिक पैकेजिंग थोड़ा सा इश्यू है उसके बाद में.
अदरवाइज तो गैस तो रहेगा नहीं ना, अगर उसको पैकेजिंग फिर प्रॉपर सीलिंग में करोगे.
हाँ, वो क्योंकि उस तरह का सिस्टम नहीं है. वी हैव कार्बोनेशन सिस्टम बट आफ्टर दैट
नहीं ठीक है अभी ऐसा. लेकिन आजकल तो बॉटल आते हैं वो तो लार्ज स्केल में. अभी एक बार ट्राई करो कार्बोनेशन करने के बाद बॉटल को कार्ब सीलिंग करके.
हाउ
देखो कैसे होता है. देन यू कैन थिंक ऑफ कंबाइन. अगर सिस्टम वर्क करता है तो दैट विल बी इनफैक्ट वही है कि इसको एक एसेप्टिक पैकेजिंग लाइन वाले प्रोसेसिंग लाइन में एक कार्बोनेशन यूनिट एक सिलेंडर लगा के दैट कैन बी मतलब लाइन में तो इट कैन बी इजीली सब्स्टिट्यूटेड.
सर इनोफॉर्म में भी आ सकते हैं. जैसे इनो जैसे पैकेज फॉर्म में आते हैं ना, वो कट करते फिर मिक्स करते हैं.
नहीं लेकिन ये इनोफॉर्म इत्यादि में ना उसमें केमिकल्स बहुत रहते हैं. तो केमिकल को ऐड करने में क्या उसका जो कोगुलेशन मिल्क प्रोटीन्स का जो बैलेंस साल्ट बैलेंस अगर बिगड़ जाएगा ना इसमें कट.
हीट स्टेबिलिटी डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा सर.
हाँ वो गड़बड़ होता है कोई, क्योंकि इसलिए ये प्योर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड डालो तो दैट में है.
सर कार्बोनेशन करने के बाद में उसका एचपीपी ट्रीटमेंट कर दे तो.
हाँ ट्राई करो. वो तो ट्राई तो करना, लेकिन बाद में एचपीपी कुछ भी करो तुम्हें तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस का प्रेशर तो गैस को रखना है ना. अदरवाइज पर्पस तो नहीं सर्व होगा. यू हैव टू कीप द गैस डिजॉल्व इनटू इट एंड सो दैट व्हेन यू ओपन क्या होता है कोल्ड ड्रिंक में सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक जो कार्बोनेटेड
हमारे पास में जो सिस्टम है इन दैट फर्स्ट वाटर में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड डिसॉल्व होती है लो टेम्परेचर में. देन आफ्टर दैट फिलिंग वी कैन कॉर्क इट, क्राउन कॉर्क इट.
तो आप उसको करो वाटर के बजाय वहां पर मिल्क डाल दो अपने सिस्टम में. वाटर
इन प्लेस ऑफ वाटर वी कैन हैव मिल्क.
हाँ यू एंड देन यू फिल कर दो कार बॉटल में
एंड देन फिर उसके बाद एचपीपी ट्रीटमेंट कर दे.
हाँ वो तो ठीक है. एचपीपी ट्रीटमेंट इत्यादि जो कुछ कर सकते हो नो आफ्टर फिलिंग आफ्टर
एसेप्टिक प्रोसेसिंग तो सिस्टम है नहीं तो उसका कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा.
फिलिंग तो हाँ एचपीपी कर दो, बॉयल कर दो. अभी जब एक्सपेरिमेंटल देखना है एक्सपेरिमेंट देखना है तो यू कैन इवन बॉयल आल्सो सी हाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग टिल योर दैट कॉर्क इज नॉट ओपनिंग.
ठीक है,
क्योंकि उसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड डिजॉल्व रहेगा तभी तो जब आप ओपन करोगे तो फिर देन यू विल गेट फ्रॉथ. और जो इसका एडवांटेज है पीपल लाइक इट. अच्छा है चलो गुड.
थैंक यू सर.
ओके एनी अदर suggestion or advice, Jayashree and organizers, any other advice to us? Or we can leave now.
No, sir. Next webinar we will announce. So we will request all the FCTLians to join and circulate among their groups. We are trying to post in various groups. I would request the senior members to post in their respective circles so that many people can join.
आजकल वेबिनार में लोग ज्वाइन तो रजिस्टर कर लेते हैं, बट
हम सर्टिफिकेट के लिए तो कर ही रहे हैं, बस नॉलेज के लिए कर रहे हैं, तो फिर सब फिर ये करने
बहुत क्वेरी आ रही है कि सर सर्टिफिकेट
मतलब नाम लिख लेते हैं और लेकिन कोई आते नहीं है।
सर वही सर्टिफिकेट के लिए मत आओ, वही वाला कॉन्सेप्ट था ही, और उसके लिए फिर सब उसे सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा क्या, हम लोग बोलते हैं सुनने के लिए।
People are interested in certificate, not the knowledge. So we are telling no.
सुनना नहीं होता है किसी को, सबको सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए।
You are interested in gaining knowledge, you come and join.
इवन सर सर्टिफिकेट के लिए भी जो सेमिनार होते हैं उसमें भी लोग रजिस्टर तो कर लेते हैं, लेकिन नंबर ऑफ टाइम दे आर नॉट ज्वाइनिंग।
अरे ठीक है, चलो अच्छा, जिसका इंटरेस्ट है एटलीस्ट 40-45 लोग ही देखा है आज ज्वाइन किए हैं, 40-45 लोगों के पास भी इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंच गया, दैट इटसेल्फ। अगर उसमें 2-4 लोग जैसे इफ दे कैन यूज इट एंड दे कैन गेट बेनिफिट, आवर पर्पस इज सर्व।
यस सर,
हमारा तो पर्पस है लोगों को थोड़ा सा उनका ज्ञानवर्धन करना। क्यों इंदिरा?
Yes sir, yes sir. Sir, today also one new idea came up. Today also new idea came up.
हाँ देखो, ऐसे ही तो आता है आइडिया।
हाँ
आइडिया इसी तरह से अपना।
सर नेक्स्ट सेमिनार है हम लोग का 19th को, नवनीत सर दे रहे हैं इस बार।
अच्छा, नेक्स्ट है 19th को?
हाँ नवनीत सर दे रहे हैं, डिलीवर करेंगे।
अच्छा, गुड गुड।
इंडस्ट्री सर, अभी एक एकेडमी हुआ, फिर इंडस्ट्री, फिर एक एकेडमिया, फिर ऐसे करके ऑल्टरनेटिव।
He has created a startup, तो अच्छा होगा to have his experience in the startup. From academic he has gone what he is doing, so it may be a booster. बढ़िया। Good. उसका 19th को है, तो 19th ठीक है, गुड।
सर अभी हमने अनाउंस नहीं करा है, अब फिर आप अगर
मोनालिसा के अभी तो लाइन में, अभी तो बहुत लंबी लाइन है लोगों को, जो पांडे जी है, प्रद्युमन कुमार है, आज पूछ रहे बाग जी है, आज पूछ रहे थे क्या नाम है, सर हमारा नंबर कब आएगा?
मोना को बोल देंगे सर, तो कर देगी मेल।
हाँ,